Well, the thing I'm noticing right now with Harmony, Maine is that the bigger, like the custom homes, have a high demand right now, which is interesting. But I do also think people in that category that'll buy a house in the 700-800s, the market's not affecting them.
Right.
They're going to move and
it is
borrow
what it
money
is. Right.
and refinance, and it's not a big deal.
Right.
So definitely seeing that. The townhouses right now, because we're only in early spring, has been slow.
Yeah.
Condos, we pretty much, got through most of them. I have another condo coming on the market, but it's so strange how, condos are selling. No, townhouses are selling. No, the resale homes are selling.
Right.
I think the resale homes still, depending on what kind of home you have, if it's not like high demand pool, single story, they're still struggling to compete with the builders.
Right. Welcome to another episode of Discover St. Cloud, Florida. I'm Kristin Macari, and I'm here with your host,
Jeanine Corcoran, broker for Corcoran Connect Realty.
It is time for our market report.
Yeah, we're
It's
a little
March.
late.
Well, I mean, technically, I guess. It's only the second
9th.
Tuesday.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, otherwise we would have had to have it out by the 2nd. Sometimes the data's not in there yet.
That's true.
This is an appropriate time, I feel like. That's good.
And spring break is next week.
Next week, yep.
Kids are off on Friday and then all next week.
Yes, and I'm actually really looking forward to that because I feel like traffic's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
That's
I don't
true.
have any kids anymore, so it doesn't affect me.
The parks and the beaches are going to be crowded, though.
Oh, for sure. But that's okay. I don't mind. So do you want to kick us off for what happened in 34769?
Absolutely. Let's start with 34769. And we had a total of 16 homes that sold. Of that, 14, of course, were single stories at $241 price per square foot. And then we had two stories at $148.98. And don't forget, 34769 is mostly the state streets downtown St. Cloud.
So that's typical to have predominantly single-story homes,
Correct.
Not very many two-stories down there. You're looking at a month-over-month average is down about 7% from the previous month. So seeing some price softening there. Year-over-year, you're holding about the same at an increase of about 0.64%. So last month may have just been higher than...
But you're supposed to put your money in real estate. They always said that average return is 8%, I think they used to say, so.
Right. Well, so I guess we're all still, banking off of 2020 to 2024, those prices. If you went up 60%, then I think we're still net positive, I guess. I don't know.
Okay.
I think, but I would agree that that's also a long term. I'm sure if you average it out over 30 years.
Or getting an investment house and have someone else pay your mortgage.
Right. Yep. Yep.
So eventually it will be paid off, but
interesting. And then we had, it took 22 days to go under contract this past month. So it's about 3 weeks to get under contract. Which
is not bad.
Nope, not at all. And 50 days to close. So just under 2 months to get closed. There's currently 76 active homes on the market. So there's about a 4.8 month supply.
Okay.
So nice, healthy market.
All right, let's go on to 34771, which generally is the busiest zip code. And there were 81 homes that sold. Of that, the single stories, we had 46 at $245.51. And the two stories, 35 of them sold in the month of February at $203.73.
Yep. And so your month over month averages are down about 5.5%. From last month, and year over year, you're down about 1% in the 34771 zip code. Your median days to contract is 60.
Okay.
So about 2 months to get under contract. And this is only for resale homes. We exclude the new builds in here. And then 103 days to close. You're looking at about 4.9 month supply in 34771. But again, that doesn't include every single new construction home that's available
which is
there.
A lot.
Yep.
Well, there's a lot all over the place.
Yeah, lots of options down there.
Not in 34769, though.
No, not at all.
Then 34772, we have 52 homes that sold. 29 of them were single stories at $220.99 price per square foot, and 23 two stories at $196.02.
So now 34772, I pulled the data and I double checked it, and I got rid of one outlier, but there's still one more for the year over year. I think it must be because this is just the numbers don't make sense. So anyway, let me just tell you, month over month, you're looking at about an increase of about 0.67%. So that's, just about a 1% increase from last month. Year over year, I'm showing a decrease of 18.5%.
Wow.
But that has to be there has to be another outlier that's, that I didn't get out of the data, that's because right now that's, it's showing that we went from 257 a square foot to 208 a square foot, or 209 a square foot. So like that doesn't.
No, yeah.
Anyway, there's got to be another one in there that I missed. So don't freak out about being down 19.
Too, because I have one that. So for all you folks that don't know, when a real estate agent closes a new build, we can put it into MLS, but it's only on the buy side, and we have to put the data in, all the data correctly, price,
square foot,
yeah, all that. And it went in there, and literally they put in the address realtor. I guess they really wanted to
know that it was a realtor that sold it.
I thought that was funny.
And
then
funny.
there was no price. I couldn't even figure out price per square foot because
there was no square feet.
Yeah,
right?
no square feet. The price was there.
Yeah.
And then she wrote no on the public remarks.
Yeah. I think that's a moment of education because usually you have to put in sold data entry only.
Right.
But
That's
anyway, that's fine.
I took that one out, so it didn't skew the data.
Yeah. All right. So for median days to contract, you're looking about 84 days. So it's close to 3 months to get under contract, and then 119 days to close, which is just shy of 4 months to get closed. And you're looking at a current 5.3 month supply in 34772. Again, not including every new construction home that's out there.
Gotcha. So 34773. We had 24 homes that sold. Of that, 14 were single stories at 219.74. We had 10 that were 2 stories at 168.83.
Yep. So your month over month averages are up about 6% in the zip code. And year over year, you're down about 5%. So I feel like we're kind of like right in the middle. Again, 34773 is a challenging zip code because there's usually not a lot of data, so kind of like it goes up and down and up and down. And so anyway, so that's what's happening in 34773. You have 42 days to contract. So it's about a month and a half to get under contract, and then 82 days to close. So just shy of 3 months. And you're currently looking at a 4.3 month supply in 34773. Again, not counting all of the new construction.
Gotcha. So since we're in 34773, let's head over to Harmony, and we will cover Harmony Main, Harmony West, and Harmony Central. So Harmony folks, we only had 10 homes that sold in Harmony Main, and of that, 4 of them were resales. We had 1 single story at 199.04 price per square foot. We had the others at 156.96 price per square foot. Now we go down to the lakes. That's a 55 and older. In the lakes, we only have 1 that sold, and that was on Sagebrush, and that came out to 198.83 price per square foot. Of course, that was a single story. It's in the 55 and older. Harmony West townhomes, we only have 1. That surprised me, that sold.
I wonder if they're out. Are they sold
could
out?
Could be. Maybe they're sold out. And that came in at 230.65 price per square foot. Now you move off onto Harmony West, and then we had 12 that sold, half and half. 6 were single stories, and the other 6 were 2 stories. 228 on the single stories, and 118 on the 2 stories.
Wow.
But
so anything that you're seeing, any trends that you're noticing in any of that stuff, or is it just pretty much status?
Well, the thing I'm noticing right now with Harmony Main is that the bigger, like the custom homes, have a high demand right now, which is interesting. But I do also think people in that category that'll buy a house in the 700-800s, the market's not affecting them.
Right.
They're going to move and
it is
borrow
what it
money
is. Right.
and
Right.
refinance, and it's not a big deal.
Right.
So definitely seeing that. The townhouses right now, because we're only in early spring, has been slow.
Yeah.
Condos, we pretty much, got through most of them. I have another condo coming on the market, but, it's so strange how, condos are selling. No, townhouses are selling. No, the resale homes are selling.
Right.
But I think the resale homes still, depending on what kind of home you have, if it's not like high demand pool, single story, they're still struggling to compete with the builders.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to be the case for a while.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just overall affordability, I feel like, for especially if you have homes that are 10 plus years old, which are still fine homes, they're great homes, but then you start running into higher insurance premiums and that sort of thing. So it definitely takes a toll on affordability in terms of your average buyer, if you will.
Yep.
But I do agree with you. I was wondering why it seems like, homes in the 700 plus range are not struggling as much. And then I'm like, that makes sense because you're less affected by
Yeah, I think
the
so.
overall economy, you know?
If they want to move, they move.
Yep.
They don't think about anything else like the rest of us.
Yeah.
Folks, but,
Yeah, exactly. They're not pinching pennies. And so then I guess that just leaves us our vacant land. There were 10 parcels that sold.
Looks like they're okay. Oh, no, one conventional.
Yep. And nothing crazy. 4.75 acres was the largest one off of Cypress Creek Ranch Road. But other than that, all pretty.
And that was a good price because it listed at $250 and sold for $215.
Right.
You know, and that's almost 5 acres.
Right. So
that's decent. But yeah, nothing out of the ordinary. Or nothing stands up like a big developer or anything like that. So
yep. So kind of, here we are, another month down.
That's right.
That was all for February too, which is a short month, right?
Yep.
So you have 28 days in February. So we had a, slightly shorter. And it's just been a interesting year so far.
Beginning of 2026, all that's going on, and
yep.
But
I'll be curious to see how the rest of the year pans out. I feel like anytime I make a prediction, I'm just like, well, there's something else wildly different going on right now that's not, I did not account for, So we had some reprieve in the mortgage rates for a couple weeks.
Yeah.
And now I feel like they're edging back up again. So, we're still close to the 6% mark. It's not like they went back to 7 or whatever. No.
But and when I refinanced, I was at 6%. That's
right,
and that was back in June. So
right. So it's about the same. We're just kind of hovering.
Yeah.
This is our new normal. So
how you doing with the time change?
I don't know. I didn't like it at first for like a second. Yesterday, I was not happy. I was just not feeling it. But today, I was kind of upset because I woke up and I was like, it's still dark out, And then I was like, actually, that just means that we're in the season that I now get to watch the sunrise.
Yes.
Like, because I'm not like usually I'm not a morning person. I'm also not a night person. I'm like a really good midday person. Like, give me like a 10 to 2 and I'm good.
I'm the total. I'm morning all the way.
Yeah.
Morning. But I went to the gym and I came out of the gym. It was still dark. I was like, I don't like this.
Yeah.
But I like it at night when it's lighter.
Right. I do. And I'm really enjoying the temperature that we have going on right now. I mean, it did get a little hot. Like I went to have a shoot the other day and I was like full on buckets sweating. And I was just like, wow, when did we just go from freezing, my plants are dying, to like, I'm dying out in the heat. So, it's an interesting, but that this weekend, it was like really sunny and it was warm, but then there was a breeze and I was like, oh, this is why people like Florida in the winter, Yeah. So anyway, so that takes care of it for our February 2026 market report. Thanks again for joining us. Don't forget, you can find us on all of your favorite podcast platforms. You can also check us out online on YouTube.
It sounded like you were going to do the ending. So
No,
I was like, all right.
you can also
YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, all of the social media platforms you can find us on.
You can also send us an email at discoverstcloud@gmail.com or give us a call at
407-953-9118.
Thanks so much for joining us, and we'll see you in the next episode.